Mickey's Irish Pub has been a fixture in Iowa City for quite some time, but they've recently expanded to downtown Davenport, and we're going to be checking out their brand new location. And first, of course, we've got to have cocktails. So, Parker, it's Mickey's Irish Pub, so of course we got to start at the bar. What are we going to be making?
All right, so we've got 2 cocktails for you. We're going to start with our classic old fashioned. We've got our Mickey's Old Fashioned with a little bit of an Irish twist, and then we've also got our Mulberry Tom Collins that highlights a gin here from Iowa.
Perfect, awesome. All right, let's get started.
Let's dive in. All right, so first we're going to start off with that old fashioned. So we're going to ice down our glass right off the bat. Okay, perfect. All right, so what we use is a small batch. This is going to be about 90 proof. This is coming in at 45%, a little bit under that, like super overproof.
Yeah.
And we're going to do about 2 full ounces of that. Really get the base started. All right.
Really leaning into the booze.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So classic old fashioned. You got your Angostura bitters. You can't go wrong with that. So we're going to go about 4 dashes there.
All right.
Beautiful. All right, now here is where we get to the Irish part. So here we've got a house-made Guinness brown sugar simple syrup.
Okay, so you're boiling down a bunch of Guinness.
Exactly.
With the brown sugar.
Equal parts Guinness and brown sugar. So this really highlights a lot of those caramel notes that you're getting with that whiskey.
Interesting.
Yep, exactly. So this is what really sets us apart. So we're only going to do about a 1/4 ounce. We can always make it a little bit sweeter. You know,
I'm sure a little bit goes a long way.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Now, I'm personally not someone who muddles their fruit in there.
Okay.
We can if you want, but
I'm a muddler.
Okay,
however,
gotcha.
what's the but?
So it depends. I end up wanting just the fruit in there.
Okay.
But I do also know that plenty of people like the muddle. It gives it a little bit more of that freshness.
I like the little bit of fruitiness, I guess.
Of course. All right, so we're gonna garnish this with a cherry and an orange. All right. One of each, a beautiful, nice dark Amarena cherry and an orange slice. And right there, we've got our classic Mickey's Old Fashioned.
Mickey's Old Fashioned. I am so excited to see what that Guinness syrup tastes like.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow. No, like certainly the booze is there.
Yes.
That's kind of what with an old fashioned you're getting a lot of that.
Exactly.
But you're right, that Guinness syrup kind of rounds it off a little bit.
Yes.
And it pairs well with just the nice forward of this whiskey.
Yeah, that was our hope, was that we bring something like Irish classic, that Guinness flavor, to something that has like stood the test of time. That old fashioned obviously has been around for decades, generations.
There's a reason it's a classic cocktail, because it's something that works well for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm liking this. Ooh, yeah. All right, what other cocktail are we working with?
So this one is a little bit lighter, a little bit fun, fresh, fruity. So this is going to be our Mulberry. Oh, I love that. Me as well. So we've got our Mulberry Tom Collins. So what we're highlighting is our Mulberry Gin from Revelton, from Osceola, Iowa, just south of Des Moines. I've actually been able to go do a tour of the distillery. Amazing hospitality, really love what they do, and this Mulberry Gin is dynamite. Okay. It's really the star of the show. So here we've got our Mulberry Gin from Revelton once again. So we're gonna do about 2 ounces of that. This is, even if you're not a gin drinker, you're gonna really like this.
I love gin, I love its complex flavor, so I'm curious where this is gonna go.
Perfect.
Especially with the mulberry aspect.
Yes, so then we brighten it up with a little bit of lemon juice. Okay. Just about half an ounce. Yep, exactly. We're gonna add a little bit of simple syrup just to highlight those sweet flavors in the gin. Yeah. Brighten it up.
Make
also,
that pop.
you can always add a little bit more.
Right, of course.
And then finally a little bit of soda water to give it a little bit of brightness.
Yeah.
And then we've got our lemon slice. Beautiful.
Okay.
And a straw.
Oh, wow. That looks like it's going to be refreshing. Something perfect for a summer day, I'm sure.
Exactly. So this is definitely one that we're going to have during the summer. We've got a great outdoor space here with this location that we've got. You know, we've got our sand volleyball, we've got our pickleball court. This is definitely one that you're gonna be able to enjoy on our beautiful patio.
Oh, wow. Here's the deal. I almost feel like the gin's almost like dissipated. Like this is like just, it's nice, it's light, it's refreshing, and it's still very fruity.
Yeah.
Wow, fantastic.
Like, really the star of that show is that mulberry gin, but the mulberry really takes shape when you add that lemon.
The lemon really kicks it off. Yeah, because certainly the mulberry flavor is there for sure. Oh, wow.
This is easily a crowd favorite when it comes to, like I said, the patio season. Easy, light, crushable. You can put down a few of those on accident.
Yeah, this is fantastic. But tell you what, Parker, starting to get a little bit hungry.
Okay.
I'm ready for some pub fare.
All right, let's head that way.
All right.
We do our hand-breaded fish to order, so it gets really crunchy. It's got a little bit of that cornmeal in there for a little bit more of that bite to it.
Right.
Super crispy, very light as well. The tartar sauce is all made in-house. I'm a huge fan of tartar sauce. Fish and chips is one of my go-tos.